city behind in search of the unknown. Roaring engine like thunder, it is calling you. Oh, let's roll. Unstoppable, unbreakable, a force of nature, you're untamable.
Hey there. Long time no chat. I am here dropping off some planks? Long planks? No, beams. Beams. Everything has turned into a bit of a blur. Let me give you an update on what's been going on. As you can see, it's March now. Last time I recorded, it was in January. It's been a long couple of months. I have a little over $60,000, almost 61 right now. I've been selling some stuff and making a little money from my tech support electronics side hustle. So I'm trying to build back up because I need money to finish my house. I'm gonna hop out real quick. It's raining here, so I don't know how long I'll stay here. This is an old grain elevator place that there's a community project to try to get this turned into a museum. So I was bringing some beams over here to help with this project. This is going to take years for anybody to come up with enough materials, but they're paying for stuff. So I have more wood than I need for my house build right now, and I desperately need money, so I'm just trying to find places to take my extra stuff. With the house, I have done as much as I can do right now without more prefab walls. I'll show you when I get back over there. So those are the large wall segments that cost a lot of money to buy. I can't produce them on my little sawmill. It's too small. So yeah, I am just stalled at this point. It's to buy them retail, it's a little over $20,000 per pallet of them, and I need 4 pallets, so that's like $80,000, and I don't have that much. And even with Carter's discount, which I'm not supposed to be using, but he let me use it, there's no way. I can't afford that right now. So I just am stalled. I cannot do the build now. I wish there was some other way to advance, but there's not. I'm just out of money. I'm hoping the spinach harvest happens at some point. I'm still waiting for the spinach to grow enough to harvest it. I thought it was way closer in the fall than it turns out to be. So who knows when I'll be able to do that, but I need to make sure I have at least, $35,000, $40,000 to rent the spinach harvester when the time comes. I am gonna need to make hay again soon for the goats once the grass has started to grow a bit. And that requires me to rent a mower and a baler. So I just need to have money, and I can't afford to spend it right now on those wall segments. So I am continuing to stay with Mrs. Jenkins. I am continuing to be concerned about the longevity of that plan. So much drama. Oh gosh. Fun story. I put in the video last time, it was right around here actually, where I almost ran into that school bus. The roads were very slippery in January, and my little Piaggio Ape doesn't really have very good tires for that kind of conditions. Turns out, Robbie, the mechanic who works over at Axel's, his daughter was on that school bus, and she told him when she got home about how this little whatever, I don't even know how she described it. She doesn't know what it's called, but my little tuk-tuk type thing I think she called it a motorcycle, how this little motorcycle almost hit the bus. And there aren't that many people around town who have these Piaggio apes. Robbie suspected it might have been me, and I had been over there at one point picking up this tractor and recording a video about it. So he knows I'm recording videos about stuff I'm doing. So he went to my YouTube channel and found the video of me almost hitting his daughter's bus. And where I was looking at the tires and stuff, and he's like, yeah, those tires are not for winter use, especially not on like icy roads. So he convinced me that for my own safety and the safety of others, like his daughter, that Piaggio ape is grounded in winter. I am not driving that thing in winter. Also, we agreed it's not really suitable for the type of things I need to do here on the farm. I bought it because it was literally the cheapest vehicle to get around in that I could get at Axel's at the time, but it's just not appropriate for the types of things I need to be doing here. So I need something more like a truck where I can move pallets around and do whatever I need to do, move hay bales. Robbie has agreed to help me keep an eye out for that used because I explained to him my situation about being so broke and about this house build, which is like bankrupting me. He suggested he's going to help me outside of the bandwidth of work. He doesn't want Axel to take a cut off of whatever used vehicle I may end up finding and buying, so he is keeping his eyes peeled for me. It is super nice of him. I am very appreciative. I hope something comes up that we're able to get for me. So here's the house. Not much has happened since I recorded in January. We started framing out the ceiling of the first floor, floor of the second floor. You can kind of see through there with some long planks. I need to come up with some more long planks to finish framing that out. And then we need more of the wall segments so we can build out the walls on the second floor. And I'm just stuck at this point, waiting for materials, waiting to be able to afford it. It is a bummer. I don't know what else to say about it, really. I'm happy that it's spring. Things are starting to grow again. It's not quite as freezing. I've been over here with my sawmill basically every spare moment, trying to produce planks and beams and things for my house build. And I managed to produce some extra beams for the, just for sale. So I can try to bring in some money that way. I think I don't need these planks anytime soon, so I will sell these too, maybe to the same place. So I need to take down another tree soon. Maybe this one. It's close by. Running through the wood that I took down from that tree up there and the new trees that I planted. It's going to be a while before they have grown enough to actually take any of those down. So I'm going to need to take down one of these established trees. I hate to. They look so nice. But this one is really nearby. And if I want to expand this, like put a building or anything, maybe I would do that over here. So it might make sense to take this one. Alright, I'll do that. Probably off camera. It is a messy process. At least I don't think I will hit anything. It is kind of close to my sawmill. But I think I learned my lesson when I took that down and sort of busted through my greenhouse a little bit. Everything in here is coming along. But, you know, as with everything, it just takes time. I haven't had anything new to sell since I sold stuff over the winter. And that's fine because I don't really have a vehicle to transport a lot of pallets in anyway. Although, now that we're getting into spring again, I think the roads are past the slippery roads portion, maybe, hopefully. So probably I can do one pallet at a time in the Piaggio Ape as I need to. Yeah. Goats are coming along. One of them that was the escape artist is still an escape artist. I just can't figure out how to keep him in. He just keeps climbing the fence. I don't know if he's like jumping on top of the other goats and jumping over it. I don't know what he's doing. He is constantly getting out of that thing. It's ridiculous. I guess I should say she. They're all females because I need milk. I mean, the spinach looks fine. It's just not growing at the rate that I hoped it would. So yeah, I'm in a very slow period where I'm just trying to bring in as much money as I can to get ready for more house construction, and I need to buy more equipment. Kind of feels like a lot of the same at this point. I have an update on the Walter situation, but I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking now, so maybe I will try to find something else to do and then come back later and tell you about Walter. We'll see. Bye for now. Good morning. It has been a few days since I recorded that last segment, and I am over here at Willie's restaurant, this riverboat restaurant. I forgot to turn off my headlights. Last thing I want is to come out of here with a flat battery. This thing gets me from A to B, but not that great. It is beautiful down here on the river today. Still feeling a bit like I can't catch up, a bit underwater, a bit behind on what I need to come up with money-wise to actually succeed here in Riverbend Springs, but then you get a morning like this down here by the river, and that doesn't seem to matter as much. Not a bad way to spend a morning. Anyway, I was over here recently for lunch and chatting with Willie about this place is a little bit, hasn't been renovated in a while. It's, a riverboat. He wanted me to, when we talked about what I'm doing with the electronic side gig and all the sort of IT type stuff I've been doing, we got to chatting, and he has a really old Wi-Fi network, and it doesn't cover the entire riverboat particularly well. And he has some tablets that his waitstaff use for point of sale things. Sometimes they have trouble running credit cards on them because it's too far out away from the Wi-Fi access points. So I am here to make some money, reset the network for him. Not reset, rebuild it. Build him a better network. I'm a big fan of Ubiquiti networking equipment for sort of mixed-use, semi-professional applications. You can use stuff like that in an office. It's probably not what you would use in an office, but it's more than a lot of people need in their houses, and it is very extendable for setup like Willie needs. So I've got some equipment here, and I am going to do some installation work for him and bring in a little money. I also have more money than when I saw you last time. I sold some of the planks that I made to that same construction project, that grain mill they're trying to turn into a museum, the grain elevator. We'll see. I don't know if that'll ever happen while I live here, but it's something. So yeah, I am going to head on in here and get Willie set up with some better networking stuff. I don't know if there's going to be any more farm work to do this week, so I might not do any more recording anytime soon. We'll find out. But bye for now. Well, I'm back here over at my main yard, and I don't have much to report, really. I think this is just going to be a short recording for this month. continuing to work through wood in my little sawmill when I've got time. I need to turn more long planks for the house to finish framing out that second floor. I did make a really good amount of money actually on that Wi-Fi network update setup thing for Willie over at his restaurant. We said $5,000 for the project, and then we also agreed to an ongoing support contract for 2 years for another $2,000, like $1,000 a year. So basically, I'm on call to support that now, which I hope I don't regret. But given the equipment, I feel reasonably comfortable doing that. And I also really like Willie. I want to make sure he's happy with what's there now, and it continues to be a good setup for him. So yeah, I don't know if there are other places in town that could use something similar. I would love to be able to make that kind of money, every month. We'll see. I doubt it. I did say when I got here, this seems to be the town that the internet forgot, and I think there's a degree of truth in that. It's a pretty low-tech sort of place. But yeah, I just gonna keep plugging away. This thing has become an albatross. Until it's done, all of my money is gonna go into supplies for it, or I'm gonna have to pause on it and try to come up with equipment to make the farmland more profitable, or more likely both. I want to get chickens at some point. I need to put up a silo to be able to store the wheat from that other field to feed chickens. I'm going to have to pay for materials to build a coop and stuff. It's all going to cost money. And I had a surprise visit last month, which is part of why I didn't record. I haven't really talked about my family on this series. My parents have been gone for a while, so I don't have a lot of family. Obviously, I inherited this place from cousins I didn't know I had. We were a bit estranged from our family as a general statement. My parents, there was some sort of falling out. They never talked to me about it, so I don't even know what it was. I don't know who they fell out with. I don't know other people to talk to about it. I have a sister. She is younger, but her life is a bit more, we'll say, established than mine right now. I kind of took some steps back when I moved out here and started whatever this is. So I think I mentioned before I used to work in tech, and I lived in a city, and I lived with my ex-boyfriend, and I thought we were sort of on track for, marriage, kids, suburb, house, whatever. And well, that kind of fell through when I got laid off and he decided I wasn't ambitious enough for him anymore. And my sister has been worried about me since then, and she kind of thought me coming out here to take over this place was ridiculous. That's part of why I've been recording, partially to keep my friends back in the city updated, but also so my sister could see sort of what I've been up to and worry about me a little less, maybe. She came out here for, let's call it an intervention. She has seen me blow through the money that I had when I came out here and have very little to show for it, which I don't have much to show for it. She's totally right. And of course I told her why things didn't work out with my relationship and why I had to leave the city, about that stupid comment about me lacking ambition. That was his excuse. And we've grown apart and all that jazz, whatever. It's just an excuse, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't need to get into that. So now she has decided maybe he's right, and me trying to come out here and run a farm is not ambitious enough. She has been in law school. She plans to be on a partner track, and she's got this like grand vision for her life. And she thinks I need to be doing something more with mine, and this does not satisfy her. So we had kind of a big falling out over that because obviously I'm not ready to throw in the towel here. And it also looks like I'm not accomplishing much right now because I'm just waiting for things to grow, to have enough money to finish the house, working bit by bit. Definitely not making nearly as much money as I could if I were still working in tech or if I went down her path and pursued a more lucrative professional career. But you know what? I don't need the money. I mean, it would be helpful, to finish the house so I could get out of renting this place from Miss Jenkins. I don't know if that's even going to happen, going to be feasible when summer rolls around because her son, I assume, will come home from college and then I will have to GTFO. So who knows? I don't know what it looks like in the future. But obviously, my sister coming out here and being like, you need to get your act together, give up on whatever this is, go back to the city, find a new place to live, find a new job. Oh my God, I just can't even right now. So I didn't feel like getting into all that last month. Sorry, I missed recording. Obviously, there's not much to show, even if I had recorded. So, I don't know, now that we're getting into spring, I hope things are going to pick up and there will be more to show you soon. I'm really hoping that spinach is going to be ready to go soon, so I can harvest it. I don't know. I'll, keep looking around for stuff to keep me busy, and I'll keep recording, and, I'll catch you next time. Bye for now, everyone.